What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another Vito variant. We are back on the conspiracy theory stuff. I told you we was going to pick up from where we left off last week. I'm going to save all my ghost videos and stuff like that for next month, technically next week. You know what I'm saying? It starts our little, you know what I'm saying, Halloween special stuff. You know what I'm saying? We go all out, man. We try to play some creepy games and all that type of stuff. So I'm going to save all the ghosts and scary stuff, you know what I'm saying, for next week. But anyway, we back on the conspiracy theory, and we starting off with this Mandela effect. I found some videos about the Mandela effect. Tell me down in the comment section, do you believe in it? Have you witnessed or encountered some memories that you know, but you got the masses saying that no, it never existed? Tell me down in the comment section, do you think it's part of this MK Ultra, Blue Beam project stuff? You know what I'm saying? The brainwashing joint. You know, tell me down in the comments, do you believe in that type of stuff? But let's get it, man. Before we get it, please hit that like button for me. It helps me out on this channel. Let's get it.
So did you see the lady that actually proved the Mandela effect is a government experiment?
So she was able to prove this?
Yeah, so one of the most popular Mandela effects is the Fruit of the Loom Mandela effect, where everybody remembers there being a cornucopia on the logo of Fruit of the Loom clothing, but apparently there's not. And this lady was super convinced that there used to be a cornucopia on the logo, but Fruit of the Loom came out and said that they've never had a cornucopia, basically just calling this lady crazy. And Fruit of the Loom even has a post of all the past logos they had, all the way back to like 1893. And basically they're trying to prove that they've never had a cornucopia on their logo. But then someone came out and they actually have photo proof of this, that they found a piece of clothing in their closet with a cornucopia on the Fruit of the Loom logo. And then after this, people did more digging and they actually found newspaper articles talking about Fruit of the Loom and how there's a cornucopia around it.
Wait, so this is like the first Mandela effect to really be confirmed?
Yeah, then they literally found government documents of the Fruit of the Loom company mentioning a cornucopia, showing that the cornucopia has been a part of.
This is so scary. I have a
So tell me what you think down in the comments. I have to stop it right there on that one, because that one, I know for a fact. And plus, you've seen some of those pictures, right? That can't be Photoshop. But it makes me think, like, are we witnessing a Mandela effect, or are we witnessing two companies, one where, you know, you got the knockoff brand, and then the other one's like the, you know what I'm saying, the high-end brand or whatever, the Michael Jordan joint, you know? No, Michael Jordan's Hanes, my bad. Anyway, one is like the high-end one and one is the lower one. I wonder if the cornucopia one is like the lower brand, like Fruity the Loom. Like it's named something entirely different, but it's close enough to the point where we get both of those confused or whatever. But tell me though, what you think down in the comment section. I remember some of that clothing having a cornucopia, you know what I'm saying, right there on the tag, but I don't know.
theory that the Mandela effect is used to see how much of history can be altered in front of our eyes. Here's a prime example of one of that. There's this woman on TikTok who was going crazy because she swore the Fruit of the Loom had a cornucopia logo, and to the point that even Fruit of the Loom themselves put a timeline of all their logos, and it never had a cornucopia. And this woman went hard. Her therapist told her, yo, you need to chill out, you need to just drop this. So she
All right, we're gonna fast forward that one because that's the same story.
went through
I swear this shit is real. Okay, you know how there's always emoji Mandela effects? Certain emojis never existed, but everybody remembers them. One of them being the robber, one of them being the green peas, one of them being a moose. Remember a moose emoji?
I don't remember.
I remember the
Apparently
robber
that's what people
emoji.
remember. People remember a
Emoji.
swordfish. You remember a swordfish?
I think so, yeah.
A hiking man climbing a mountain or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't
Now
remember that
this
one.
one's crazy. This Mandela effect, fam, I'm still pissed.
Why?
Do you remember a milkshake emoji? This one.
No.
You don't remember this?
I remember a
No.
blue one.
What are you talking
You know
about?
the blue milkshake one? And it has ice cream on it?
What the fuck are you talking about?
You don't know that one?
Y'all remember a milkshake emoji, right? This one.
I low-key do. I think
Oh,
I do.
wow.
I think I do.
That is an NPC,
No,
bro.
no,
You're
so
actually
you can't
NPC,
tell me that.
fam.
You can't tell me that.
Did Nelson Mandela really die in the 1980s? No, but millions remember it that way. This is the Mandela effect, a reality-bending phenomenon where masses share the same false memories. Picture this. The Monopoly man never had a monocle, and Darth Vader actually said, "No, I am your father, not Luke." Why do we remember it wrong? Some say it's a glitch in the Matrix. What if our collective memories are being tampered with? Uncover more mind-bending secrets on Rabbit Hole Chronicles. Like and subscribe. Please, please, please.
Yeah, please like and subscribe here as well. You know what I'm saying? I already subscribed to this guy, but like and subscribe here. You know what I'm saying? It's truly appreciated.
Wait, I thought it was double stuffed, or at least 2 Fs.
This is for the true Home Alone fans. So do you remember when he's in front of that car and he's like,
In Home Alone 2?
I think so, at Home Alone 2, where they're chasing after the little boy and he goes into the church.
That's number 1.
Oh yeah, number 1.
That's number 1, yeah.
Yeah. So before they go into the church, there's a line that one of the guys say. So he goes into the church and it pans, right? And then the truck driver, he goes, he went in there. And then the other guy says, nah, I'm not going in there.
Maybe went to church. I'm not going in here. Me either.
So it says, me neither, right?
Yeah.
But the original line everyone remembers is, oh, I'm not going in there. That place gives me the creeps. Me neither.
Oh, I do remember that.
You do remember that?
I do
I don't
remember
remember
that.
Hey, listen again. Look, he doesn't say it.
I'm not going in here. Me neither.
That's it.
Back in the VMAs, Miley Cyrus was hosting VMAs. She was like doing a call out to everybody in the crowd. They're like, "Oh, we got The Weeknd.
Oh, yeah,
we got
and then-
Justin
yeah,
Bieber."
yeah.
And then one of them, she said, and this was what made headlines.
Yeah.
Where she said, "Shout out ASAP Rocker."
Travis Scott, no?
No, not Travis
Oh,
Scott.
okay.
But remember when she said,
Oh, A$AP Rocker. Yeah.
Yeah, A$AP Rocker, right?
Yeah, but
Yo.
and then he went like,
Yeah, and then ASAP Rocky's like, "Stop it." So there's a Mandela effect.
What?
With ASAP Rocky. What do you remember?
what he was wearing?
No, not even that. Plot twist, she never said ASAP Rocker.
No.
Yeah, she never said ASAP Rocker.
No.
Everyone from our era, we all remember that
What the fuck did she say then?
Look, listen.
No, there's gotta be AI.
I like your swoop. The weekend.
The Weeknd.
Yeah.
And they're all cheesed. Remember this?
Yeah.
And ASAP Rocky.
ASAP Rocky. She just said ASAP Rocky.
There's a crazy Mandela effect about push pops.
Wait, like the popsicle?
I
Remember
have no
push pops,
idea.
how we always used to eat it? It was like the cylinder wrapper and like the little stick at the bottom, the plastic stick.
Those were literally the best.
Hey,
Right? And whenever
them
we
is
go to the store, right, we would
bomb.
ask, can we get a push pop? Right? And the worker would sell it to us. We could
Yeah.
all agree. Everyone used to call it a push pop.
Yeah, they had like the Flintstones one.
So I saw a video by Haley Elizabeth, and she talked about a crazy Mandela
Don't
effect
tell me
that's
it's
gonna
not
blow
called
your
push
mind.
pop.
Just to be clear, we all used to call this thing a push pop.
Yeah, because that's the name.
So it's actually not called a push pop, but it's actually called a push up.
What?
Yeah, it's called a push up and not push pop. It's just push up with no pop at the end.
Okay, I know for a fact we would all call those push pops.
Even everybody all over the internet agrees that we all used to call it push pops. And it's weird how we all remember it a certain way, but apparently it had never happened.
Could it be that the architects of these temporal anomalies are us? What if, within our minds, lies the potential for time travel to transcend linear time and access the multiverse? Emerging theories in quantum physics suggest consciousness shapes reality. Focusing our attention may influence reality, collapsing possibilities into a single state. The Mandela effect may be our collective consciousness, shaping the past, present, and future. We are not merely passengers on the river of time, but navigators, architects of our destinies. Embrace the infinite possibilities of a wondrous universe. What if these collective false memories are not errors at all, but rather evidence of something far more sinister? What if our reality is not as fixed and immutable as we believe it to be? In such a reality, the Mandela effect takes on a new and disturbing significance. Could these shared false memories be glimpses into alternate timelines, parallel universes where history unfolded differently?
Okay, if we're getting into that, where do they find this music for these shorts? Because that stuff be creepy. Anyway, Sinbad. Oh yeah, okay. So I remember this going around, people talking about this. Apparently Sinbad didn't do a movie where he played as a genie named Shazam. Now, personally, I don't remember a full movie of him playing Shazam. I remember some type of like special where he was a genie found in the attic from these two kids. And that's all I remember as far as that particular thing where he plays as a genie. So let's see what they talk about. Yo, why does this internet look so old, bro?
What's the plot of the movie? For real. How did the movie end? Did anybody die? What were the wishes in the movie? Who wished for what? Do we know what that is? Everybody's seen this movie that don't remember the movie. Somebody explain this to me.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, I don't speak English.
There is a famous story where a mom in Thailand wanted to be reincarnated as a boy, so she had her only daughter mark a line on her neck. After she passed away, her daughter gave birth to a boy with a similar birthmark on the back of his neck. Coincidence?
It's called the Wall of Benin. It's like one of the world's
ain't no
largest
Mandela
structures,
effect.
but I've never known about it. And it was in Nigeria. It was the capital city, but they made.
Okay, so we passed the Mandela effect, so now we about to get into some other ones. Let's start off with this. There's a big wall in Nigeria. Who?
It's called the Wall of Benin. It's like one of the world's largest structures, but I've never known about it. And it was in Nigeria. It was the capital city, but they made interconnecting walls that stretched over 10,000 miles. And it was all man-made, and it was like the world's largest structure. But the British destroyed it in 1897 when they were colonizing it. But that's enough wall to circle the United States 3 times.
It says 4 times longer than the Great Wall of China.
How have I never heard of that?
That's what I'm saying. Even the people of Nigeria now, they don't even know about it. So like,
Yo, leave it down in the comment section. Have y'all heard of this big giant wall? What?
like people are trying to like discover more about it to teach them of their ancient culture and stuff.
It started in 800 AD and continued until 1460 AD.
Yeah, they said it took 150 million man hours to build.
Very little remains today. How is that possible?
Because the British destroyed it.
All of it.
Imperialism.
Is that not insane?
That's crazy.
Yeah, never heard of it before.
Korean films had the craziest plot twist. There's this movie, and it's about this serial killer. He was getting chased by this cop, and just before the serial got away, the cop was able to shoot him, like in the shoulder. He got away. 17 years later, the cop, he's like depressed and sad on how he let the serial go. He's like so many different people, affected so many different families. One time, he's sitting by the TV and he gets a call. It's his friend, and he says, yo, turn on the TV right now. Check what's on the news. So he turns on the TV, and on the news is this guy, the serial killer, saying, I'm coming out with a book. I'm the one who killed all these people. I'm releasing my story to the world. This is where it's crazy. Not only is he the serial killer, he's handsome. Oh, stop. And listen, he becomes like a celebrity. Everybody's attracted. Everybody's like into the story. He's selling millions of dollars with the books. This is the plot twist. This is fuck. The whole time, this person selling all the books, selling the story, claiming he's the serial killer, he wasn't.
What?
You ever hear about the Erwin Saunders case? Oh. He's this YouTuber that went missing, but all of his content was about him searching for fairies.
Here's an old clip of a wild goblin.
And it sounds dumb, right? It sounds like he's searching for pixies, he's searching for fairies. But he was serious. It's his whole channel, but it might very well be like his whole life. He was posting consistently almost every single week until he posted his last video. And all it was, it's a cryptid drawing of fairies around a stone. And it had these weird symbols on it.
Yeah.
And that was it. That was his last video.
That's it?
People are saying he found like the secret to something. Yo. He might have went missing because of where he explored to.
Yeah.
I decided to look into his content. And it has to be CGI though. This probably all fake. After his last video, he ended up uploading again, fam. He's smart. What he did, he made it seem as if he went missing so he can.
Listen, this part is supposedly still
crazy.
classified. After they found the statue of the fallen angel and it came to life, it seems like maybe it wasn't evil after all, it was angelical. So after the angel spoke, chaos erupted, the ground started shaking violently like a mini earthquake. A few more workers sprinted off in terror, but the brave ones stayed behind.
The guy with the phone?
Yeah, he like freaked out, but kept filming. The angel noticed him again, and dude, the air shifted. It suddenly spoke in perfect modern English, asking the guy, do you dare expose me? And then...
Wait, I caught you slipping.
What?
Weren't they in Eastern Europe? Why is it speaking English?
Bro, everyone speaks English. And if not, it's your second language at least. And why are you asking me? Go ask the angel. Anyways, its voice was super deep, almost inhuman, and echoed in the fog. The worker couldn't even respond, just shaking his head. That's when the angel stretched out its massive wings. These weren't regular feathered wings either. They were dark, metallic, almost razor sharp, like they were forged for battle for sure. I don't know about flight. The angel told them, I was bound beneath this earth for centuries. My time has come again. You must choose, serve, or perish.
Did this man get stuck in the past?
If I'm not mistaken, that almost sounds like the plot to a Netflix show called Nun or Ninja or was it Warrior Nun or something like that? I think Warrior Nun. I think that sounds like something that was on there. Anyway, let's rewind this a little bit and get back on this.
Did this man get stuck in the past? In 1995, Mike Markham set out to create a time machine. His idea was to use compact lasers to reduce the air pressure going in either pole direction. Mike was a recluse and worked tirelessly on his invention. On one occasion, he even caused a citywide blackout. However, it might have benefited him as he garnered some attention and received anonymous donations to help fund his invention.
Did he really
When
do this?
asked about what he would bring if he could time travel, he simply replied, "My cell phone." However, in 1997, Mike and his work mysteriously disappeared without a trace. Soon afterwards, a news story was uncovered from the 1930s, claiming that an unrecognizable man was found crushed in a metal tube on a California beach. And the only thing found with the body was a cell phone from the 1990s. So,
Have you heard about the dark conspiracy theory that surrounds the
No, that can't be real. Cause here's the other thing. If he went back to the past and got crushed and killed, like time jumping, we wouldn't have pictures of him, physical pictures of him. You get what I'm saying? Like he will cease to exist, like in our time. We wouldn't even remember that he was doing that. Like, ain't that how time travel works, or time situations work? And it would have caused a butterfly effect that would have tore a big rip. Like they would have had cell phones in the 1940s. I think that's my logic.
Teletubbies? Well, it's fucked. When we were introduced to the Teletubbies, there was really no backstory on them, who they are, where they came from, or why they're living in a hill. There is a conspiracy theory out there saying that the Teletubbies are actually being controlled. The first piece of evidence is that they have a female voice that seems to come from the ground, always telling them what to do, when to eat, when to sleep, and when to say goodbye to us. Like, who the fuck does she think she is? And what's underground? Well, people have speculated that the Teletubbies are actually engineered slaves, and there's a bunch of people living underground examining their every move like scientists. Nunu the vacuum apparently serves as the watchdog, keeping an eye on them and also cleaning up after them. And the baby sun is also apparently there to watch them as well, but in a less intimidating way. And lastly, we have the pinwheel that they worship. When it starts glowing, these motherfuckers run over to it like it's crack. And then it decides who to project a movie onto, depicting life below the ground. Tap to read this last part.
Theories you never thought of. A Reddit user found a black hole on Google Maps and users couldn't figure out what it was. In 1962, an Italian magazine carried a story on how the world would look in 2022. That's nuts. The average person walks past around 7 psychopaths every day. That might not be true. NASA's Curiosity rover discovered a strange rock formation on Mars that looks like an alien doorway. Here's a better look. Only 66% of 18 to 24-year-olds are confident the world is round, according to a survey. And supposedly, a prisoner who died and was brought back to life claims his life sentence has technically ended. Dang.
First up, the phantom time hypothesis. Imagine 300 years of history.
So if y'all have heard of like the death row situation, like if an inmate does get electrocuted or lethal injection and they survive that, then the life sentence is served. Like they're free to go. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Like that's literally that's the rule. You know what I'm saying? They can't put them back in life again. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? They got them on the death row. Like that's like one of the rules. So I mean that's not too hard to believe.
First up, the phantom time hypothesis. Imagine 300 years of history just never happened. Poof. Gone like your last New Year's resolution. They say medieval rulers made them up to legitimize their reigns. Talk about creative accounting. So are we in 2024 or is it really 1727? Next, the Montauk Project. Government experiments on time travel and mind control at Camp Hero. Because why not? Some claim it led to a time tunnel and alien contact. Fact or fiction, you decide. Then the Titanic switch theory. Hold on to your life vests.
Wait, what?
What if the Titanic was actually its sister ship, the RMS Olympic, part of a failed insurance scam? Talk about a sinking feeling. How about Finland doesn't exist? No, seriously, some folks believe Japan and the Soviet Union invented Finland to cover up Baltic Sea fishing rights.
What?
Fishy, huh?
What?
Finally, the lizard people. Are our world leaders really shape-shifting reptiles controlling global events? Or just really good at poker faces? Wild fantasy or sinister truth?
I can't believe Prince said this.
You know, when I was a kid, I used to see these trails in the sky all the time. And so, oh, that's cool. A jet just went over. And then you started to see a whole bunch of them. And the next thing you know, everybody in your neighborhood was fighting and arguing and you didn't know why.
Some of you wake up and see all these trails in the sky, but you don't live by one airport. They say it's just condensation from the plane, or that they're using these big tanks and airplanes to test weight limits. But what do you think? Is it just condensation coming out the plane, or was Prince actually onto something? And make sure to follow this page, because tomorrow's video will blow your mind.
So the story goes, the Ark of the Covenant, it's lost. Some people say it's in Ethiopia, but there's another story. Supposedly, Muhammad...
Ali?
No.
Okay.
He went, found the Ark of the Covenant, brought it back to Mecca, and buried it.
Wait, that's ours.
But this is where it gets weird. They were building a new mosque in Mecca in 2015, and they supposedly dug it up without knowing it was there. And as soon as they reached it, there was a giant sandstorm that came blowing in. This crane fell, killed 100 people.
Oh my gosh.
And then all the people around it said that it looked like a plasma explosion shot into the sky.
Oh my gosh.
And then shortly after that, Kirill, the head of the Russian Orthodox Church, met with the Pope and supposedly grabbed the Ark of the Covenant, and straight from the port in Saudi Arabia, the Russian Navy ship went straight to Antarctica. But the theory is that the Pope knew where the Ark of the Covenant was, teamed up with the Russian Orthodox Church, took the Ark of the Covenant from Mecca and placed it in Antarctica.
What?
That's weird.
Weird stuff.
I am so tired of talking about woke culture, because one of the tenets of wokeness is, of course, that your feelings matter more than the truth. And the only thing that wokeness has to offer in exchange is to brainwash bright young minds like you to believe that you are victims. We are told that your generation cares more than any other about one issue in particular, and that issue is climate change. I will join you in worshipping at the feet of St. Greta of climate change. This country is responsible for 2% of global carbon emissions, which means that if Britain was to sink into the sea right now, it would make absolutely no difference to the issue of climate change. You know why? Because the future of the climate is going to be decided in Asia and in Latin America by poor people who couldn't give a shit about saving the planet. A third of all children who live in extreme poverty in the world live in India.
A 4-year-old boy said that in his past life, he was Princess Diana.
What the fuck?
All over British news. His dad had an old note that he gave to his wife, and on it was Princess Diana. Guess what the 4-year-old said?
What did he say?
He said, that was me when I was a princess.
That's a crazy thing to say as a kid.
4-year-old boy. He said, I'm a princess. After that, he said, I was a princess before the sirens went off.
Oh.
4-year-old. That means as soon as Princess Diana died, when the ambulance came, he knew, he remembered. As soon as he grew up, Prince William and Prince Harry, he referred to them as his sons.
That's weird.
Yeah, right before Princess Diana was born, she had an older brother named John. John died as a baby, so Princess Diana didn't even get to meet John, right?
Yeah.
This kid goes on an interview, said,
The darkest video on the
Ooh, man. Tell me what you think down in the comment section. Did any of these theories spark your interest at any time? And are you going to look up any of these? Because y'all know me. Some of these I'm definitely going to look up. Some of them I heard before, but I'm definitely going to look up some of these. But anyway, guys, I got to go. It is storming down here in Georgia. We are underneath a tropical storm warning right now. So I got to go. But I'll catch you guys next week on the Vito Variants.